Hello, welcome to War Eagle. If you don't know what that means yet, I'm sure you'll know in the next couple of years. Congratulations on getting into the Edward Via College of Osteopathic Medicine, VCOM-Auburn, right? Everybody's talking about that around here. Are you nervous or excited about coming here? Well, we're nervous about it too. It's the first time Auburn's had a medical school besides a veterinary school. It's a whole new group of students coming through that aren't necessarily your typical 18 to 22-year-old undergrads. And so it's kind of a change, and we're looking forward to it. We're excited about having you guys in here. We'll tell you more about that in just a minute. You'll hear more about the Auburn family over the next couple of years. You're not necessarily going to Auburn, but you'll be around Auburn, and that's usually enough to get people in. If you went to Alabama or LSU or Georgia for undergrad, you're not going to break those ties. That's fine. We don't expect that. But hopefully you'll still feel like you're part of the family here in Auburn. It's a small town built around this college, obviously. My name is Chris Kearns. I'm a two-time Auburn graduate. I graduated with a construction management degree about 15 years ago and city planning master's about 10 years ago. And between these 2 years, it was a big difference. Technology was different in school. People were on Facebook in their classroom. I couldn't believe that. I hardly get any homework done, but you get used to it after a while, I guess. Anyway, the biggest difference really is what you're going to go through in a few weeks. The college experience versus getting an education. Undergrad is great. We all learned a lot, but a lot of it was picking a school based on, hey, we got a good football team, or we got good weather, we're close to the beach, or whatever it is. My parents went to school there. Well, obviously now you're here just for the education. If you didn't go to undergrad at Auburn, you probably don't have ties to here, and that's fine. We don't expect that to change. But you're coming here for a specific technical education to advance your careers. It's a lot different than worrying about what's going on with the drink specials on Friday night, or sorority stuff, or fraternity stuff, or just whatever undergrads generally worry about. I went to grad school when I was 32, I think I went back, and it was completely different. Besides the Facebook and all that, the workload's totally different. You need a better study environment. You need to have people around you that are focused on the same goals. That's what I found when I was in school, and that's the rest of the story, what I'm going to tell you in just a minute here. I own a business called Badger Properties here in Auburn, and it started about a little over 10 years ago, but I really took it seriously when I was in grad school, and I moved into apartments that I owned, but somebody else was managing. At that time, I thought, oh, it's no big deal, they're doing fine, and I couldn't get any homework done. I was 33 at this time, my second year of grad school, and I couldn't get any homework done. So I said, look, this sucks. I'm not moving because I own the place. Let's figure something else out. So I took over the management, opened up my office, which we're actually in the back of the office right now filming this video, right downtown in Auburn. We started eliminating all the freshmen and most of the sophomores unless they're honor students or scholarship winners, something like that. So we kind of came up with this as a business model. The whole point of our business is this right here. We rent properties to serious students. If you're coming back to school at 26, or if you're coming back for your master's or a medical degree, obviously is pretty serious, we'd love to have you as a tenant. Since 2009, we've been working on this. So this is way before the VIA College was coming this way, and we started doing this, and it was hard in the beginning to get the word out because you're eliminating half of the students at Auburn, but we were dealing with the half that we like to deal with. So I like good neighbors. I still live in my own apartments. We're about to sell one of them this year, possibly move into another location that I've got to see which ones open up. But I am planning on living in one of my places for the fall. I just don't know which one yet. Why do we do this? Because I like good neighbors. Like I said, I live in my own properties. I don't want to have crazy parties going on next door. I'm too old for that crap. I'll be 40 by the time you guys start school this year, so I don't want to deal with any more parties or any more loud, drunk neighbors or anything like that. Here's some pictures of our properties. You're going to see them better if you go to our website. Obviously, you got the glare of the TV and stuff like that, but we have really fancy ones. This is overlooked. The first few pictures are overlooked. This one here is a courtyard at Center Court Apartments. This is Center Court Apartments again. This is probably Regency Square. I'm looking down here in the bottom of the screen to see what you guys are seeing behind me. The columns, those are definitely we still have those places. Large bedrooms, living room here. Then we took over a whole package of about 50 apartments from somebody 2 years ago in March. And those are older places, either from the 80s or the 60s or even the 1940s. But there are lots of old brick buildings and hardwood floors, and sometimes we've added washers and dryers. Sometimes we just did cosmetic stuff. There's an old house right there. It's a cute old house. That one's rented for 2015. But our prices range from $500 for a one bedroom up to about $1,100 for the best two bedrooms that we have. But that's not necessarily what you're buying. I mean, yeah, you're renting an apartment. You're going to rent an apartment from somebody. That cost is already in your budget. Whatever that number is, that's fine. We can work with it. But what you're really getting from us is a chance to do this right here. To take your schoolwork seriously, to not be distracted with crazy neighbors and parties all the time. If you would wear a hat like this, then I'll rent to you, okay? We like nerds, we like quiet, introverted people. We like outgoing people too, but we don't want them to get crazy. There are plenty of places in Auburn to live or to go to have a wild time. The Badger collection of properties is not one of those places. So if you're serious about learning, that's awesome. So are we. Like I said, I went back for my master's when I was 32, not to change careers, just to learn more about city planning because I was interested in it. And it's helped my business a lot. It's kind of helped me evolve into what we're doing now. And also I just read all the time, real estate license things or business books, things like that. So to help encourage you to choose us, here's what we have set up. We've been doing this for years. There's nothing to do with the VIA college, the VCOM thing, but we've been doing this for a long time. We give discounts on deposits for anybody who's a college grad, whether they're in grad school now or not. And we give discounts for undergrads with a 3.5 GPA on their cumulative score. So that helps recruit people who would be really quiet, really good about studying, we hope anyway, and kind of reward you for that. Security deposits are there to cover damage in the apartments. These kind of people don't damage apartments, right? And you're one of those people. So we would like to not only reward you, but also kind of recruit you in and let you know that other people around you are also being recruited with the same program. If you're worried about crappy neighbors, guys like this, you might have had a neighbor like that in undergrad. This guy right here might have been you in undergrad, or maybe that one way in the back there. Those days are behind all of us, hopefully. And it's time to move on to something different. So if you think that this right here is better than that, then you should rent from me, okay? I built this company for you, for people like you, before I even knew you were coming. I built it for people like me, honestly, because I was living in my own places. But I was hoping that the grad students would find value in that, and they have. People have come to us for years to get away from bad neighbors and things like that. So if you want more information, you can go to our website, you can stop by our office downtown. We will be at your open house in May to give you some more information, tell you what places we might have that come open early. Your start date is earlier than most leases end in Auburn. So that's going to be a little bit tricky for most landlords. We have a lot of kids that graduate and leave early because we deal with so many seniors and grad students. So we have more openings at the end of the summer than a lot of places would have. There's something I read this morning which made me jump in here and do this video. I've kind of been putting it off for almost a week, 2 weeks actually, because I'm kind of nervous of doing this in front of the camera thing. But here's a quote for you guys. I know you've already overcome this because of what you're doing and why you're watching this video, but everything you really want in life lies just outside of your comfort zone. So for me to stand up here and do this, it's completely nerve-wracking. I hate public speaking, a little red light flashing in your face. But you guys have already made the step to apply to medical schools and maybe get rejected and maybe apply again and again. So if you're willing to take the risk on that and take that bold step, then I'm willing to do it in this video for you. Anyway, this is us, Badger Properties. You go to our website, badgerprops.com, or you could Google Badger Properties Auburn. I'm sure we'll be the only one. We have the best reviews of anybody in town on Google. We don't have as many apartments as some of the big guys, but we have better tenants, and I think we do a better job of what we're doing here. So thanks for your time. If you're at the open house, we'll see you in May. And welcome to Auburn and War Eagle.